I was crossing the street and you didn't see me. It was kind of my fault. But I looked in your face and I started to smile. You hit me with your car. I'm in the hospital now. There's not a whole lot to do. Both my legs are in casts and I'm into you. I'd like to run into you. I'd like to run into you.
Breaking into this morning around 9 a.m. at Moore on Gale Street. Our conversation was short. You only said, oh my gosh. Still I feel we made a connection, separated only by inches and 2 locks you were trying to pick. But if you're into a legal encounter, I'm game.
I'd like to run into you. I'd like to run into you.
We were in the public library, browsing graphic novels. We both reached for Batman. I joked, don't make me grovel. Ugh. You gave the nicest courtesy smile. I really liked your style. You walked away. I kept from following. Hey, which book did you end up borrowing? Hey, which book did you end up borrowing? I fell down on the corner of Elizabeth Street and Houston. Hello. You were so charming as to introduce yourself after I just ate it on the sidewalk in front of you. Hello. I was simply in shock, at a loss for words, so I never said hello.
I'd like to run into you. 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 I'd like to run into you.
I'm the guy.
I'd like to run into
This
you.
morning at the Silver Spring Starbucks.
I'd like to run into you.
Late here alone, safe in the glow of my computer in the bed. Try to fall asleep, but I can't seem to get ahead. 2:15 p.m. Lump in my throat. I write a note about our meeting on the web. It was fleeting, but I'm reading it back, and it's alright, and if it's fate, you'll find me again. Harris Teeter, escalator, you were in a red striped sweater, and your sister, blonde with baby, she looked older, you looked better. Anyway, now, I'm just guessing, you were shopping for a game night. Now I think that means we share like common values about families. Then it happened, so amazing, you were gazing like a laser, and I felt like such a loser. I was groping ham and cheese. I was hoping maybe later we would end up in the same aisle and we'd both smile and you'd be like, wow, this feels like destiny, right? Finally, I'm at the checkout. I was standing right behind you, and the lady in the smock said, come on over, come on over. Now I think like that's the moment when our future dissipated, like that scene in that one movie where that guy goes back in time. He's got a picture of his family. They keep disappearing one at a... How have you not seen this? Ugh. So I'm writing you this letter for our future son or daughter. 2:15, I'll be there waiting for my love to reappear at the Bellmead Harris Teeter. Buy organic avocados or the sushi or the cookies. I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting. 2:15, I'll be there waiting every Friday for forever. 2:15, I'll be there waiting every Friday for forever. 2:15, I'll be there waiting every Friday for forever. 2:15, I'll be there waiting every Friday for forever. I want to change your world. Harris Teeter girl, let me love you.
Yoga mat for sale, used once. Yoga mat for sale, used once during a lunch hour class in December 2009. Usage timeline as follows. 11:45 a.m., register for hot yoga class. I pay $89.74, money well spent, I smugly confirm to myself. 11:55 a.m., open door to hot yoga room. A gush of warm, dry air rushes through and past me. Big spot on floor in back of room next to cute blonde. We will date. 11:57 a.m. I feel the need to be as near to naked as possible. Now this is a problem because of the hot blonde to my left and our pending courtship. She's not going to be pleased to learn that I need to lose 30 pounds before I propose to her. 11:58 a.m. The shirt and sweats have to come off. I throw caution to the wind and decide to rely on my wit and conditioning to overcome any weight issues my fiance may take issue with. This is going to take a lot of wit and conditioning. 11:59 a.m. Begin small talk with my bride-to-be. What's up, girl? She pretends to ignore me, but I know how she can be. I allow her to continue concentrating and staring straight ahead and pretending I don't exist. As we finish sharing this special moment, suddenly aware of a sweat mustache that is formed below my nose. Hey, this must be from all the whispering between us. 12:02 p.m. The instructor enters the room and allows us to practice our breathing slightly. She introduces me to the class, and everyone turns to greet me just as I decide to aggressively adjust my penis and testes. Under Armour. My bride is notably unfazed. 12:02 p.m. It is now 95 degrees in the room. We have been practicing deep breathing exercises for the past 2 minutes. This would not be a problem if we were all breathing actual oxygen. We are instead breathing each other's body odors, expelled carbon dioxide, and other unmentionables. 12:26 p.m. It is now 100 degrees in the room. And I take notice of the humidity, which is hovering at about 90%. I am currently balancing on one leg, with the other leg crossed over it. My arms are intertwined, and I'm squatting. The last time I was in this position was 44 years ago in the womb. 12:40 p.m. The ginger across from me has sweat running down his legs. At least I hope it's sweat. He has held every position and has not had a sip of water since we walked in. He's making me look bad, and I hate him. 12:44 p.m. I consider that if anyone in this room farted, we would all certainly perish. 12:52 p.m. It is 140 degrees and 110% humidity. I am covered from head to toe in sweat. There is not a square millimeter of my body that is not slippery and sweaty. I am so slimy that I feel like a sea lion. Or maybe an eel. Not even a bear trap could hold me. 12:55 p.m. This room stinks. Of asparagus, cloves, tuna, and tacos. This is an amalgamation of the body odors of 30 different people in 140-degree heat for the past 55 minutes. Seriously, lady? Enough with the asparagus, all right? 1:01 p.m. 140 degrees and 130% humidity. Oh, look, bitch. I need my space, so don't get all pissy with me if I accidentally sprayed you with sweat as I flipped over. Seriously? Is this where this relationship is going? Get over yourself. We need counseling, and she needs to be medicated. Stat. 1:09 p.m. 150 degrees and cloudy and hot. I can no longer move my limbs on my own. I will just lay sedentary till the aid unit arrives. I will buy this building and have it destroyed. I lose consciousness. 1:15 p.m. I can't really breathe. All I can think about is holding a cup worth of hot sand in my mouth. I cannot remember what an ice cube is. And I cannot remember what snow looks like. I consider that my only escape may be a crab walk across 15 bodies and then out of the room. Yeah, I'm paralyzed. I may never walk again. So the whole crab walk thing is pretty much out. 1:30 p.m. Torture session over. The instructor graciously allows us to stay and cool down in the room. It is 175 degrees. Who cools down in 175 degrees? A Komodo dragon? My wife has left the room. Probably to vomit. 1:34 p.m. My opportunity to escape has arrived. I roll over onto my stomach and press up onto my knees. Oh, it's warmer as I rise from ground level. Probably by about 15 degrees. So let's say it's conservatively 190. I muster my final energy and slowly rise. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. Fuck me. Towards the door. Towards the door. 1:37 p.m. Oh, God, it's 72 degrees in the lobby. Both nipples stiffen. Toot diamond strength. Oh, and my penis retracts into my abdomen from the 100-degree temperature swing. Oh, I can breathe again, though, so I'm pleased. I spot my future ex-wife in the lobby. We had such a good thing going, and I realize now that no amount of therapy will be able to unravel the day's turmoil and mental scarring.
Wanna break my Star Wars cherry? Yes, it's true. I've never seen Star Wars. I was 14 years old when the original came out. You do the math. And somehow I never managed to see it or any of the sequels. It's time. I'm ready to hand in my Star Wars V-card. Imagine how hot it will be to sit next to me as I experience, for the first time, the foundation upon which you've built your entire personality. It'll be no less than miraculous, I'm sure. This is a one-time offer. I mean, once it's busted, there's no getting my Star Wars cherry back, you know? So I want it to be good. I want my first time to be memorable, special. I want the build-up, the excitement, the breathless anticipation, all of it. I want you to tease me until I'm begging you to please, please, please put it in. Put it in. Put the DVD in the player and start the movie. I want you to hold my hand until, as I submit for the first time to the marvel and wonder of this grand event, I might even be okay with some costumes and role-playing before the movie starts. But I'd have to be really comfortable with you. So, how about it? Do you think you are the one to cure me of my Star Wars purity? Please note, this is not an offer or request for any sort of sexual activity. But I won't want to see you again, which is why I consider this a casual encounter.
Hey, geeks! Insert your mail connector into my software. You geeks fuck better than jocks any day. So if your two external storage devices are signaling to your CPU that it's time to commence a data upload, consider inserting your mail connector into my software. Of course, the fit most likely won't be perfect at first, so you'll have to withdraw and reinsert hundreds, perhaps thousands of times until connectivity is achieved. My circuitry goes into an infinite loop. Your motherboard overheats, my loudspeakers start spewing out filthy garbage. Your hard drive motor spins out of control, and all of your hundreds of millions of ones and Oh, start overflowing my data receptacle. I'm a 1987 model year with parts made in Asia and North America. I interface well with models from any continent as long as you perform regular maintenance on your equipment, have a solid state chassis, and pack lots of RAM. Send me some technical specs and Visio diagrams if you want to move this functional design document into full production mode. End of message.
Seeking Robb Stark lookalike from Game of Thrones. I am an avid fan of the George R.R. Martin series Game of Thrones, both the books and the show. I have recently purchased a replica of the Iron Throne as seen in the television show and need a partner to play out an elaborate fantasy. In my fantasy, I am Daenerys, Stormborn Targaryen, mother of dragons and rightful heir to the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms. After crossing the narrow sea and defeating the forces of Westeros, it is within my power and my right to slay all those who betrayed my family and denied me my rightful place for so many years. The most vile enemies of the House Targaryen, House Stark, and House Baratheon must pay the highest price. All those who fought against the Mother of Dragons are slain, all except one. When I come to Robb Stark, our eyes lock and something moves inside of me. I realize I need to have him, want him, and I can tell that he is thinking the same. I order my guards to throw him in the dungeon, and later that night, I have him brought to me in the throne room. There on the Iron Throne, which I've so recently won, I make wild and passionate love with him, repeatedly. Please only respond to this post if you look like Robb Stark. I would appreciate pictures, but please, no names. In order to stay as true to the fantasy as possible, I only want you to refer to yourself as Robb Stark. You will need to provide your own clothing. Please keep in mind that you will have recently participated in a battle and been thrown in a dungeon, so you will not be wearing your nicest furs. I'm looking for a Stark in the streets, but a wildling in the sheets.
A quick note about boobs. Memo to female readers, I'm wondering if you already know this. Guys will do just about anything to play with your boobs. You already know this, right? Well, I sometimes wonder, given the emotional and logistical acrobatics you go through. In fact, if you end your missed connection post with, "Oh, and you can play with my boobs, too," then you'll most likely find what you're looking for. That's when the real misery and disappointment begins. But that's outside the scope of this quick, heartfelt holiday memo. Okay. Carry on. Love, Michael.
down the 6 train screaming racial slurs. I was holding up an iPhone filming every word. Beautiful insanity, your crazy eyes locked on to me. I wanted oh so desperately to share your LSD. You said, hey there with the iPhone, let's get off this fucking train. But when we were at the station, 3 cops carted you away. I'm wishing I had told you then. I'm jealous of your confidence. So please just let me pay your bail and get you out of jail. You and I could ride the 6 train, we'd be super fucking cute. Bring a couple tabs of acid, I'll bring my birthday suit. Thank you.
Bus stop at 9:35 on a Wednesday heading downtown. You were one of few getting on the bus and had not immediately put out a cigarette or crack pipe. You had a soul patch triangle hairy thing under your bottom lip, which I normally will not tolerate on white men. But it's only the shin and the foot. It looks semi-real, almost like a doll's. I wonder what the Koreans would say if you went in for a pedicure. Do you pay half price for pedicures? I want to know more about you. Prosthetic leg. Bus boyfriend, prosthetic leg. ego-boosting little bowl of potpourri.
If you're as attractive as your leg, come pick up what you left.
If you bought a car and now drive downtown, shame on you, bus BF. Bus boyfriend, prosthetic leg. Bus boyfriend, prosthetic leg. I want to sell you. We'll reattach you in the end.
Don't look at me like that. I didn't invent Newton's third law of motion. Hey, did you ever do hot yoga? Giving blood. You, sitting in the donor waiting area at the Red Cross, looking relaxed and cute as all get now. Me, in the recovery area, dizzy and eating oatmeal raisin cookies. I thought we had some nice eye contact. But on top of being dizzy, I'm a bit shy, so I left without saying a word. Ah! You could have been my type!
Nemesis wanted.
Male villain seeking female arch-enemy.
In need of new nemesis. Iron makes steel stronger.
I'm looking for a deadly female vixen to do battle with on a weekly basis.
My previous nemesis has gone soft. He started watching the entire Gilmore Girls series, and then he bought 2 cats and named them Lorelai and Rory.
We could meet in parks, on rooftops, on top of a moving truck, on top of a moving train, on top of anything, really.
In any event, I am in need of a new, more badass nemesis.
My last archenemy found a new villain to fight when she decided beating me was too easy. Sad face.
Qualifications. Must be able to compete with me in areas of speed, strength, stamina.
I'm looking for someone strong, but not too strong. If you're about Buffy strong, that's too strong. But if you're about Sailor Mercury strong, that's too weak.
My fighting style is a mix of kickboxing and martial arts. Diligent student in the style of Chuck Norris.
Costumes are a plus, and bring a group if you want, but no more than 3. Because there's a difference between losing a battle and straight up getting jumped.
A polar opposite nemesis would be preferred, but let's be real, no short people.
Should we ever face a common greater foe, I'm all for teaming up, but just the one time.
Positions available, 1. There can be only 1.
Please respond soon. I'm so out of practice.
Please, no terrorists.
I don't even have any putties to fight.
British and French will be given first priority. Oh, no, you didn't!
You see where... Well, that was unnecessary. Ha ha ha! 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 Fuck!
That's what I do!
You are very good.
You're not so bad yourself. Back to my place. Give me that cane.
Sex duel with the neighbors. My girlfriend and I live below you. A few weeks ago, we were waking up one morning to some strange noises from above. Kind of like a squeaking at a pretty even pace.
I thought it was a ceiling fan or something.
It didn't take very long to figure out what it really was. The female moans really helped narrow down the possibilities.
And the long male groan at the conclusion of the session pretty much sealed it. We heard you having sex.
We laughed and were a little embarrassed, but wouldn't you know it, it got my girl in the mood. We began having sex too. Now, my girlfriend has a pretty neat sense of humor, so she started making noises exactly like the ones we heard from above. Taking her cue, when I delivered the goods, I let out a beast of a man groan that shook the foundation of the apartment. Oh, hammer of Thor! The next time we heard you, we couldn't help but join in.
We started before you were even finished.
When we would hear noises from above, we would beckon a response. Oh, you're so hot!
That feels better!
Soon we were trying to push the envelope and really outdo you with moans and cries and screams of pleasure that I'm sure probably caused a commotion.
It became sort of a fun contest for us to outsex you, making sure we lasted longer.
And we're much louder than you. We would do it against the wall, hoping you could feel the pounding. It seems we had a sort of competitive drive that we really fed off of.
It was fun.
Good game.
Okay, come on. How long
All
does
right,
it take?
put me in, coach.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, then this one time, we were in the process of outdoing you when we heard massive noise from above.
We paused for a second to get a better listen.
What we heard was indescribable.
Take it!
It was as if the entire cast of Cirque du Soleil was upstairs having an orgy. Trapeze, elephants, and all.
Astonishing!
Were you returning fire?
Had our little game turned into a contest?
Where we losing?
What were you doing up there? How can two people make so much
Or
noise?
did you contract in some outside help? We had to regroup.
We brainstormed possible ways to gain the upper hand.
It wasn't fair because you had the obvious advantage of being upstairs.
Needless to say, we came up with a few ideas.
Yesterday morning, we heard you two starting to go at it.
My girlfriend took off her shirt and mounted me. I must say, her competitive side is really attractive and scary. What followed was some of the craziest sex we've ever had. Headboard slamming. Squeals of pleasure.
Cries of pain. Ow!
Oh, I've been bad.
Profile. Spanking.
Mama! Oh, we grabbed a broom and hit the ceiling with it as we fucked like crazy animals. I'm the king of the world!
You, however, were just as impressive, and we could hear the craziness coming from upstairs even as we pushed ourselves to be as wild as possible.
Soon, we heard you yell things like, and my girl would yell,
Deeper!
to which you would reply, and my girl would yell,
Fuck my ass! No.
It was at this point when I had the mental image that would result in this note being written. I imagine what we all must look like, having sex at the same time, hitting the floor and ceiling, and yelling. We were basically participating in group sex. Our little game had gotten way out of hand.
What did our neighbors think?
I couldn't help but laugh. All right, that's it. You win.
You win the sex duel. It was fun.
And I am grateful to you for making my sex life more interesting. But, I just don't have the strength. Mentally or physically to continue. So let's all just go back to having normal sex. Respectfully, your downstairs neighbor.
Maybe we'll meet in person sometime.
Oh my God.
Insanely aggressive territorial guard duck. Hello. This posting is about Mr. Ducky. When he was a chick, he was my favorite out of the entire flock. He was one of few ducks that would gently nibble my finger. He would let me pet him and feed him spinach. Now he has become horrible monster duck. His nibble has turned into skin-tearing instruments. His feet have turned into painful skin-piercing talons. Anything that moves in the yard that is non-duck, he attacks. He attacks raccoons. He attacks dogs. He attacks cats. Now, he attacks full-grown human beings, galloping around the yard with his clipped wings, like some sort of maniac. So, this my ad. If you want a duck that will scare, maim, fight any animal that might be threatening your flock, then Mr. Ducky is the craziest damn duck I have ever seen in my entire life. He is only friendly with ducks. I don't know about chickens. But he did charge a crow and other birds that land in the yard. He is great guard duck. I have a newborn son that I want to have 10 fingers growing off. $40, Mr. Ducky. Or best offer.
Who put the dead bird in my mailbox? A. How did you get into my mailbox in the first place? It is locked. B. Did you kill the bird? C. It died horribly. That much is clear. D. You're psycho. E. Do I know you? F. If I do know you, I don't want to know you. G. If I don't know you, what did I do to inspire you to put a dead bird in my mailbox? H. I'm not sure how to disinfect a mailbox from a dead bird. I'm worried about diseases and have used 5 different kinds of cleaner, but still feel like the bird's still in there still, and like my bills and my catalogs and my coupons all have dead bird on them. I. It was a hummingbird. I looked it up. They don't even live in New York. This is so fucking psycho, I can't believe this. Jay, are you the mailman? Hey, I'm always nice to the mailman. L, the super didn't care when I told him what happened. M, the neighbors didn't care either. And do you have some kind of problem with birds? O, don't put anything else in my mailbox. P, unless it's an apology. Q, no, I take that back. I don't even want an apology. R, what am I supposed to do with this bird? It's in bubble wrap in a bag in a shoebox in my freezer right now? Am I supposed to bury it? Where? How? In a construction site where they've jackhammered through the concrete? Where is a person supposed to bury things in this city? S. I could drop it in the Gowanus Canal, but that seems undignified. T. I could drop it in the ocean, but the ocean is so big and it is such a small bird. U. I could drop it in the toilet, but it would probably get stuck. B. I hear this whirring whenever I go to the mailbox, and I'm pretty sure it's Ghost Bird, and I'm all, it wasn't me that killed you, bird. But still, the whirring doesn't stop until I get to the stairwell. W. Am I supposed to eat it? Maybe you were trying to feed me. Don't you know I'm a vegetarian? X. If this was Ricky, I'm gonna beat your ass. Mama told you to stop bothering the zoo. Why? If this was Gina, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How many times I gotta say I'm sorry? Z. I could drop it off the roof. Maybe it will reincarnate while falling and I can start reading my mail again.
So tell me what I wore, and you write back to me. I want to know it's you who knows it's me. Think of the things we could share. Promise you'll answer my prayer. Write to me, I will be there. I'm prepared. I'm not scared. It would be nice to get to know you. It would be nice to get to know you.
To the perv who groped me on my way home. Me. Tiny, black yoga pants, blue tank top. You. 5'8", dark jeans, short hair, mole on your face. You might have been following me for a while, Mr. Perv. I don't know. I was on the phone with my mother, venting about my roommate situation. We need a new one. And my job search. Like, I need a job. When you snuck up behind me and gently squeezed my ass. And not just the top of my ass, kind of low. Kind of close to my you-know-what, if you know what I mean. You know, even my boyfriend needs permission to get that close, so having a total stranger attempt access so suddenly, so completely out of the blue, triggered my fight or flight response. And I fight. Did it hurt when I grabbed your collar and punched you in the head? I'm a little worried I didn't get enough momentum behind my swing to make you feel it, seeing as I'm kind of short. 4'10". But you must have felt bad when you took off running and I chased you down so easily. It's not that you're slow, dude. It's just that I run fast, as you might have suspected from the well-muscled form of my posterior, had you been viewing it with its athletic potential in mind. It was all worth it when you realized you couldn't outrun me and I kicked you in your hole. You might not remember, but I said, are you sorry? Are you sorry? Say you're sorry!
I'm sorry!
And you did. That was great. Then I said, run on home, asshole. Run home. And you did that too. Ladies, these pervs are cowards who run in fear when confronted with any kind of resistance. They are weak and pathetic. My mother was worried when she heard me cursing and then the phone went dead. I closed it so I could chase the motherfucker down. And she thought I had been hit by a car or something. When I told her what happened, she told me not to be so aggressive and pointed out that he could have had a knife or something. True. You're right, Mom. But you're unlucky if you're from this neighborhood, Mr. Perv. Because I'm here all the time. And next time, I'll mace your fucking face.
Who can say how it started? Who can remember how it began? after all the Dicks, the Toms, the Harrys, I find any kind of penis scary. Babe, don't you know that I'm seeking a eunuch with nothing left down below? Think of it like an extreme circumcision. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. I don't want your donkey punch. Can't we just go out to lunch? We don't need a fluffer, please. No more days spent on my knees. No more blumpkins, golden showers. Bring me candy, bring me flowers. I would rather just go home than give you rusty trombones. Cleveland steamers, kill this dreamer. I need a man who will just hold my hand. No more Houdinis, I know all the tricks. No flaming dragons, I'm off of that wagon. I just need a man with no dick. I know that guys have a thing with castration. Don't think I don't understand. So, if you're cool with just masturbation, you can still be my man. You can still be my man. No weirdos, please.
Drunk as Balls Dojo. Are you a casual drunk to full-blown alcoholic? Is your mouth often writing checks that your fist can't cash? Are you like me and think drinking water's for pussies? Drunk as Balls Dojo's the answer to all your problems. At Drunk as Balls Dojo, you will learn the fine art of bar fighting from one of the nation's premier trouble drunks, Rhino Riley. Yeah! Woo! Drunk as Balls Dojo, drunk as Balls Dojo, drunk as Balls Dojo, Sky-hoo! Master O'Reilly has been banned nationally from such established chains as Friday,
It's Tuesday!
Buffalo Wild Wings,
She said I could dip it!
and every Borders bookstore containing a Starbucks.
It's called Starbucks.
He is a master of the
What are you looking at?
and
You got a problem?
fighting styles, but is also skilled in a variety of areas such as
Hey! She was talking to me!
Master O'Reilly will take you from the pansy ass lush you are now to becoming a true liability in just 5 weeks. Intensive training covering such varied areas of self-offense as using wing sauce as a weapon, breaking a beer bottle without slicing and dicing your hands, accurate projectile vomiting, flicking a lit cigarette in someone's face. Oh, fuck, pigs, get out of here! Classes will be held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Fridays being set aside to critique failed technique in the classic and award-winning movie, Roadhouse. You come to class, get wasted drunk, and mix it up with other like-minded individuals. Master O'Reilly will show you the path to true troublemaker. Only then will you be able to tell that douchebag how ridiculous his hat.
Sure.
girlfriend.
Woof is with the confidence that only comes from being trained as a drunk fighter. If you aspire to bar flight 'em, this class is a must-have.
Class is a must-have.
What? Classes start at $50 a week. Oh, yeah, and a 12-pack per class. So, get her done.
Get her a gun.
No.
Okay, I know I'm not perfect. Nobody is.
Nobody is.
But seriously, I try really hard to be a good girlfriend.
Good girlfriend.
I don't send endless paranoid texts. I'll try anything in bed.
anything in bed.
Seriously, I've never said no to anything with him.
Anything.
I know we've got a problem. We played this game before. I wish I could still push his buttons the way he pushes yours. But despite all I've tried with my Mr. Guy, it feels like I'm not even there. I'm awake and alone in the moonlight when he whispers in my ear. One more round of modern warfare, I'll be back up soon. But he's been gone for hours, I know that he's with you. It's Far Cry,
Or Call of Duty.
maybe Halo 3. My boyfriend has been cheating with his Xbox 360. No more meeting for coffee or drinks up on the hill.
All sex is gone and forgotten.
He'd rather make that kill. But if my Mr. Guy would put half of his time into other ambitions instead,
He'd have everything he ever wanted, and I'd have him back in bed.
One more round of modern warfare, I've heard that before. But he's downstairs caressing his controlling Xbox 4.
If it's 2 a.m. and I'm up in bed with something lacy on,
he's with his raiding party. It's some toddler in Taiwan.
No more passion, no more drive. He'd rather play Xbox Live with all of his friends online. He can't see he's out of time. He only sees 360. He won't even look at me. I swear I'm not keeping score. I'm just declaring war. One more round of modern warfare. When the night is through, the games will all be over when I get rid of you. I'll wait till he's leaving, then sell you on Craigslist.
I'll hit you with my car.
I'll drop you in the bathtub, 'cause this has gone too far.
I'll tell Mr. Guy that I guess it's over when you're out on the lawn. He better change his address, 'cause I am moving on. Pack up your bags, we're through. I will not wait for you. I'm gonna change the locks and wipe the memory on your Xbox.
Dresser for sale, possessed by ex-girlfriend. I'm looking to sell the dresser that my ex left behind when we split. Like in our relationship, she felt it wasn't an obligation of hers to move anything along in our union, or move anything out when she left. This dresser has 9 drawers for hiding everything, from the largest load of bullshit to the smallest of emotion. It is made of mostly solid wood and is very sturdy and very heavy, like my ex, but with less pulp. I believe it is made of oak and not self-loathing and hatred. It has a huge trifold mirror, which was perfect for each of her faces. Very few bumps and bruises. This dresser just needs a little TLC, not years of therapy or daddy's approval. Doesn't bitch, never wonders where you've been, and it can be friends with other pieces of furniture without getting jealous or complaining. It does not believe the nightstand is a whore. Drawers slide open freely and easily. Again, like my ex. But without the aid of alcohol, cash, or credit cards. I'm looking to sell the dresser for the same amount of weight she gained in our relationship. So about $150. Now that price is not negotiable, unlike my ex in any bar on a Saturday night. Pick up only, as I am just one man. And like my ex, one man just won't cut it. So bring your friends. Disclaimer, exorcism unnecessary, as its evil spirits left, having already drained me of anything identifying me as a man or human being.
Need to get pregnant fast by clean, educated man. Looking for a light-skinned man to get me pregnant this weekend or early next week. You will need light blonde, light brown, or red hair. My husband and I have been trying to get pregnant for months, and my doctor says I'm fine, so it must be him. It would kill him to not have kids. Be drug and disease-free. I figure we can try a few times while I'm visiting this weekend, and hopefully I'll be pregnant for my flight back home.
I can no longer distract myself from your absence. It's eating away at the corner of my mind when things get dark, and everything was gonna be okay. What now?
Letter to my dead girlfriend. It's been a rough year, darling. The ethereal power of Craigslist will get this message to you, I'm sure, like in some sort of cheesy 80s movie. Well, back to last year. You, of course, died at the beginning, which set things off to a sour start. Spent last night with your mum and dad. We went to that Italian place in Wicker Park. They seemed to be coping. I had everyone get together for my 25th, which went well. Your ladies are in top form and a few engagements are brewing. Ellen is turning up the heat on Steve, who will be forced down to one knee at any moment, as you predicted. Last weekend, I finally took the step of cleaning your clothes out of the closet, which is very barren now. I invited some of your friends over to take what they liked. It was an awkward session. I think they did it more as a favor to me than anything else. Liz cried when we took out your shoes. Then Miranda joined in, and Catherine started breaking down. It was strange, standing in our bedroom surrounded by 3 crying women. I even made a joke that they were tears of joy at the prospect of some free Manolo Blahniks. They didn't find it very funny. A few women have put the moves on. As you know, picking up women, not really my forte. But it seems the grieving boyfriend is a winning angle. Who knew? I went on one date and spent the whole time talking about you. Poor girl. I think you'd have found it quite witty. No other dates to report. I'm going against your orders to move on for now. I found one of those hair tie things that managed to sneak into every crevice of the apartment. It was under the bed. I sat here on the floor holding it and cried. Until then, I'd managed to keep everything together, but it just all came flooding out. Every morning when I wake up, I forget for a fraction of a second that you're gone, and I reach for you. And all I ever find is the cold side of the bed. But my eyes settle on a picture of us in Paris on the bedside table. And I'm overjoyed. Because even though the time was brief, I loved you. And you loved me. Love, P.
Shadow Kitty, thank you. Dear whoever left me Shadow, I work in public accounting and I lead a pretty miserable life. We work horrible hours and I have almost no time to do anything else. One day, December 1st, 2009, upon heading to the garage, I noticed a small cardboard box in front of my silver BMW. Scared of what was inside, I imagined it to be either A, a bomb, or B, full of baby kittens. Hesitantly, I nudged the box with my foot, knowing the likelihood of it being a bomb was pretty low. The box felt light, too light to be full of kittens. In fact, no one meowed when it shook. So I took an even greater risk and peeked inside. I see a tiny baby kitten with an empty water dish, a soft pillow, and warm blanket. Now, never having thought I would own a cat, I was going to leave the kitten there for someone else to find. However, it was approximately 35 degrees, and with no food or water, the kitten would surely struggle through the night. So I placed the box on the passenger seat and took the kitten home with me. The tiniest cat I've ever seen. She has the softest black fur, sweetest face, and gentlest personality. An index card in a child's handwriting was scotch-taped to the side of the box. It said, "Cat's home." And written in the box was "Shadow." Whatever the circumstances were, since you left the pillow, water dish, and blanket, I can only imagine how much you wanted her to have a good home. So this note is a quick thank you, and letting you know she has a wonderful home now, and she's brought so much joy to my miserable life. As far as I know, an angel left Shadow for me that night.
Misconnection with Washington, D.C. I was just 17 when we met. You were my first love. You stuck with me through thick and thin.
The years rat racing through college.
A weird time after college when I worked as a canvasser.
Praying for an audition.
That misguided semester of law school.
And then, when I moved down to Virginia,
I still visited you every single weekend. When the plane hit the Pentagon, I watched the smoke from across the river and cried.
I think the scaffolding around the Washington Monument is beautiful.
I loved being able to see the bottom of the emptied out reflecting pool.
I loved that time when the Supreme Court building was undergoing renovations and they hung a life-size picture of the Supreme Court building in front of the Supreme Court building. I thought it was this beautiful metaphor of the brokenness of the inside, but the facade of beauty on the outside is super funny.
When I was flush, I drank at Boundary Road.
The Gibson.
The poorhouse.
Penn Social.
Matchbox.
I don't drink.
And when I was broke, I went across town to DuPont Circle and drank at the Big Hunt.
JR's.
My basement.
7-Eleven.
McFadden's.
Oh, God! That's why I don't drink.
I could lie in bed at night and hear the monkeys making a racket across the street at the zoo.
Or wake up on a Saturday and sit on my front
And
porch.
smoke a cigarette with my best friends.
And see your beautiful young families and your
Gorgeous,
gorgeous young women
women.
strolling by.
Afternoons spent laughing out loud at the human circus in DuPont Circle.
And then getting my butt kicked at chess by some homeless guy.
All those weekends we spent
running against Bush!
Man, that seems like such a long time ago.
Waking up early to get brunch in Eastern Market.
Riding my bike all afternoon and defending the bike lane.
Spending a day in one of the Smithsonian's.
Finally seeing the cherry blossoms.
Giving tourists bad directions.
Getting drunk at the monuments at night with all my friends, and then I try to escape from them because it's like the game they play, and then they have to like chase me all over the city, and then to get me to stay in one place, they buy me jumbo slice pizza, which is delicious. You guys should try it. But I'm lactose intolerant, so I eat some and my stomach starts to hurt, and then it's like they have to give me more drinks, and then
Worshipping in the temples of Lincoln and Roosevelt, and most of all, Jefferson, where I got dumped. Twice.
taking long walks on the mall, and ending up on the top deck of the Kennedy Center, looking out at your beautiful lights and wanting it all so badly.
Running from the cops under the Key Bridge.
Stalking the stray cats and forcing them to be my friends.
Staying out too late drinking and missing the last metro.
And then passing out on the mall.
And 1,000 other crazy, stupid things that at the time were idiotic. But you know what? At the time just meant being young and broke
and
alive
and full of ideals.
And
most of all,
happy. And now they've finally taken me away from you.
Made me come live in this desolate little town in the middle of nowhere.
Where the highest form of culture is the
Barbershop / tattoo parlor combo.
And the nearest movie theater is 40 miles away.
and the people way too much.
And talk too slowly.
And I can't complain anymore about how strangers in bars are always asking you.
What's your job?
And what's your politics?
Because around here, everyone's job is the same. And nobody understands why a polite person would want to bring up politics in the first place. I guess I never really told you how I felt, DC.
They say you don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Only I guess you're still here and I'm the one who's gone.
So I just wanted to say, hey, I miss you already. You
Wonderful.
Self-important.
walkable.
Sporty.
humid,
Pretentious.
Kinetic.
Dazzling.
Overpriced.
Overcaffeinated.
cobblestoned,
Self-conscious.
Self-unaware.
popped collar sporting,
Pop
Collar mocking.
Preppy hipster college town.
Masquerading as the political capital of the world.
Thanks for all the memories.
All the good times.
All the things you taught me about myself
And my country
And
and the world. I'll never forget you, city of my youth.
You're beautiful to me.
You'll always be my first love. I'm a proud member of Flying V Theater Company. Please visit our website, www.flyingvtheater.com. We are going to be here in exactly 2 weeks doing a reading. We have plenty of shows coming up, 1 week. But I'm making this fast, so please visit our website. We hope you like what you saw. Thanks, everybody.